fewer than 1% of people that catch federal cases beat the feds at trial. Welcome to the club, NBA YoungBoy. Welcome to Escaping the Echo Chamber. NBA YoungBoy was found not guilty at his federal gun charge trial earlier this week. That's one of his federal gun cases. He has another gun case. That was a gun case in California. He has another gun case in Louisiana. Let me set the scene for you. He already had an open case. He already had warrants, and he had actually had a federal warrant out for his arrest. He's in California. The cops pull him over. He initially stops. Allegedly. Cops start approaching. Peels off. Allegedly. Cops pursue. He drives for a little bit. Finally stops. Gets out of the car. Runs. Cops track him down. Catch him. Then they check the car. When they check the car, they find a gun behind the passenger seat. Now, mind you, he says he's arrested. He's brought into custody. He says, hey, his initial story was, that's not my gun. I don't know how that gun got there. I didn't even know that gun was there. That wasn't just his initial story. And that's the story he stuck to the entire time. Fast forward to this week. One of the things that the government wanted to do, and for those of you that are familiar, Meek Mill, Jay-Z were lobbying for a law. It actually got passed in New York State to stop the government from using rap lyrics against rappers. Now, in this case, they decided to attempt to use rap lyrics against NBA YoungBoy. So you may say, what lyrics did they want to use against him? Did, after getting caught and arrested, did he make a song confessing that, yeah, that really was my gun, and I'm just going to lie and say it wasn't, and I'm going to beat the feds at trial? Is that what he said? No, that's not what he said. The lyrics that they wanted to use against him were lyrics from before the incident where he talked about guns. And he mentioned a gun of the same type that was found in his car. He just mentioned that type of gun. The feds tried to say that the fact that he knew that this gun existed, the fact that he had heard of this gun before, the fact that he had uttered that this gun exists somewhere in the world means and is indicative that that was his gun. Fortunately, the judge is like, nah, you gotta come better than that. The feds aren't used to hearing no, so they clearly weren't pleased with that ruling. But that was the judge's ruling. Fast forward to the trial. The jury goes out. Second day of deliberation. Not guilty. Congratulations to NBA YoungBoy, but the point remains that there's two things we need to be paying attention to about this case. One, how they're attempting to misuse and abuse these powers of using lyrics to catch rappers up. Because he's not even admitting to any specific crime, but they're trying to use vague lyrics to tie him to an alleged offense. That's ridiculous. If you can't prove that he did it without pulling some vague lyrics that have no specific connection to the charged offense, that means you don't have a case, and either don't arrest him, don't charge him, or just start minding your own business. That's what the feds and the government needs to be doing. But that's why we can't be on this nonsense of, oh yeah, if you rap about stupid stuff, then yeah, the government should use it against you. No, because you gotta realize there's a burden of proof. The government has to meet it. Just inventing stuff, inventing stories, and then taking fiction stories. That's like going to an author, finding an author's novel, and then saying, oh, well, you wrote about a murder, so you must be guilty of a murder that actually happened. It's absurd. It's absolutely absurd, and it's violative of the First Amendment. But there's some people who are still advocating that the government should be allowed to do this. I find that most of those people don't actually understand the criminal justice system. They don't actually understand the law, because funny thing is, when TLA is a lawyer, 20-year divorce attorney, also done criminal defense, and the lead attorney agreed that using rap lyrics to as the basis, as counts of a crime, is just blatantly absurd. That's what they're doing in the RICO case against Gunna and Young Thug, where they're actually using the lyrics as crimes in and of themselves. They are counts of the conspiracy. They're using the speech, protected speech, as counts of a conspiracy, as overt actions in furtherance of a conspiracy. Blatant violation of the First Amendment. And that's why there are some people who have problems with Pookies and Ray Rays. And hey, okay, have problems with Pookies and Ray Rays all you want to. Running to the government and calling for the government to violate constitutional rights in order to take out Pookies and Ray Rays is not the way. And of course, you won't realize it until it happens. It will definitely backfire and extend beyond just the Pookies and Ray Rays, the so-called Pookies and Ray Rays. But the second point I want to talk about are the guns. Because people keep on talking about, we need gun laws, we need to do something, and they'll take the Buffalo, they'll take Uvalde, and those are the catalyst for why we need to get guns. We need to stop this. The children are dying. NBA YoungBoy isn't shooting up schools. That's not who the target is. That's not who's actually being affected by these war on guns. Eric Adams isn't locking up school shooters. Eric Adams is going after young black men. This is what the government does. They take the worst case scenario, push it in your face to scare the hell out of you, to get you to support their policies, their infringements, and then they do what they actually want to do. And what they actually want to do is use this as another excuse to target young black men. And somehow, some of us keep falling for it. Fortunately, NBA YoungBoy is 1-0 right now. I hope he can beat the next case as well. As always, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, like, share, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. But if you disagree with me, if you think, no, if you rap about crime, you need to do the time, go ahead and give me a thumbs down and then state in the comment section why you hate the First Amendment. I'll see you next time.